Over the past century, typographers have generated a wealth of stylistic variation for the Cyrillic script, ranging from elegant minimalism to the Baroque grandeur of the Tsarist era. The design of Cyrillic characters encompasses a range of aesthetic components, from serif and sans serif to handwritten and italic styles. For the student of Russian, this can cause confusion, but this video will provide you with the tools necessary to decipher any Russian text. The Russian language employs three main font structure types: upright or Roman, italic, and cursive. Note that kursiv in the Russian language actually refers to the English word italic, whereas rukopisny refers to the English word cursive. Bold-faced and underlined font styles exist. However, they do not affect the structural shape of the letters like italic and cursive styles do in the Russian language. We begin with the upright font structure, which includes serif and sans serif variations. This structure is the most widespread in written text and will serve as our foundation. Next, we look at the italic structure, which also includes sans serif and serif constructions. Notice that the letters highlighted in blue have changed shape from the previous upright structure. Finally, we will look at the cursive, or handwritten structure, in which several letters have changed their shape. It is expected that in this structure, each letter in a word will be connected. Moving on, let's discuss some of the reading strategies for when you encounter a difficult font to read. The first thing to consider is the context of the word that you are trying to make out, which will allow you to make an educated guess as to what the word actually is. The next thing to consider are descenders, diacritics, and hooks. Descenders are the little bits of the letter that extend below the written line, as shown here. Notice that some letters have them in both the uppercase and lowercase variants, whereas others only have descenders in the lowercase variants. Descenders appear in both the upright and italic font structures with serif and sans serif styles, as well as in the cursive handwritten font structure, where the descenders become loops that extend below the written line. In everyday written text, diacritical marks really only appear on two different letters, regardless of font structure. Hooks are tiny curvatures that are connected to the left of the letter and sit on the written line, appearing in the letter L in most of the Russian fonts and M in the handwritten font. It is important to note that in the upright font structure, the letter L may appear in a variety of shapes, and that in some cases, the hook is the only component that distinguishes it from the letter P. The final strategies to consider are kerning and stroke thickness, which apply mainly to the cursive handwritten font structure. Kerning is the amount of space between each letter in a word, and as you can see from this animation, kerning can really help you visualize and pull apart difficult cursive font structures. When considering the stroke thickness of a cursive font structure, you will want to look for the very thinnest lines in the word. These will serve as the connectors between the letters. In the same way, descenders may also help you find the ends of different letters. In more esoteric or artistic font styles, where the letter A and D may get confused, looking for descenders can help clear things up. One final peculiarity to note is that the cross beams of the letter N and E may be raised or even tilted. The thing to remember here is that the crossbeam of the letter E always goes from the bottom left to the top right. Note that in this example, the inclusion of a diacritical mark actually helps you determine which of these letters is an E and which of them is an N. Thinking about these crossbeams may prove very useful when considering older font structures. Stay tuned for part 2 in this series, which will discuss orthographical changes in the Russian alphabet throughout modern history.